Guys, let's jump right into this crustless breakfast pizza. Let's get to it. So I'm just going to do a rundown, you know, the normal shakedown on what we need. You just need a mixing bowl. You need a mixer or, you know, swirly thing. I forgot what it's called. And you need a liquid measuring cup. And you need a bowl. And you know we need our cast iron skillet because this is what all the love and greatness is going into. And a lot of stuff I'm going to show you has been open because it's just leftovers. And I was like, why not show them the greatness and the power of using leftovers? And when I say leftovers, things that I use a little bit of and I didn't use the rest, so that's what I mean. So I'm going to use sweet Italian ground sausage. You can use the ones in the links and just take the casing out, or you can use breakfast sausage, whatever sausage that you like. I'm using sweet Italian. I do not use whole eggs, but if you have whole eggs in your house, go ahead and be my guest. I'm going to use egg whites because that's what I use in my house. I got a little bit leftover pepper jack. I just went out and bought me some cheddar jack. And then I had some leftover 3 pepper onion blend. If you have fresh bell pepper onions, go ahead and chop them, dice them up. And then I have some tender. They say it's tender. Spinach, baby spinach. And if you want to put that in there, go ahead. And you're also going to need some heavy whipping cream. Alright, so what I'm going to actually do is go ahead and in the cast iron skillet, I'm going to show you in a minute, I'm going to put in a 1/2 cup or 3/4 cup of my bell pepper onions, and then I'm going to brown my sausage, and then after that everything else is easy breezy, you know, semi homemade store-bought. So let's go ahead and move over there. Alright, so what we're going to do in this skillet, we're going to go ahead and toss in our bell pepper onions. Just like so. Then we're going to go ahead and toss in your sausage. Whatever sausage you plan on using for this breakfast pizza. You do not have to use sausage if you do not like. You can put more vegetables in here. It's all up to you. So we're going to brown this up. I'm going to put a little bit more in there. Because the skillet that you see right now, that's what the crustless breakfast pizza is going to be actually cooked in. So go ahead and put as many vegetables and meat in here and cook it up. Also, I'm going to go ahead and throw in some seasonings that I like. This is one of my favorite. I love it. I talk about it all the time. And I'm also going to go ahead and throw in some garlic seasoning. I tried the other one out, the Tuscany garlic. It's the bomb. It's gone. I'm so sad. But now I have to go ahead and put a little bit of this in there with a dash of salt and pepper. So let's watch this cook up. Alright, so you just want to flatten it at the bottom, cut your pan off. Once it's browning the color that you want. And what you want to do is move over to the next step, which is making the eggs. So, seasonings that I'm going to use for this egg is just salt, pepper, and some garlic powder. My favorite. So all I'm going to do is take, if you're using regular eggs, you want to use 6 eggs. Since I'm not using regular eggs, I'm using egg whites. I'm going to take my egg white cart and I'm going to go ahead and do a full cup. I'm going to go ahead and put 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream in here. I'm going to use a liquid measuring cup. The heavy whipping cream is just going to make it fluffy. I'm going to put salt, pepper, and garlic powder. And I'm going to mix the mixture together. I'm going to go ahead and add in some pepper jack cheese, about a 1/4 cup. I know this is a little bit more than a 1/4 cup, but I'm just going to dump it all in there. It's just a tad bit more than a 1/4 cup. And I'm going to go ahead and add some cheddar jack, a 1/4 cup. Whisk it together. And at this time, you want to make sure your oven is on at 350 because this is going to take about 10 to 15 minutes to cook. Make sure everything is combined. Oops, sorry y'all. Now you see that my meat and bell pepper mixture is completely done and it's brown how I want it. I'm going to add a tablespoon of butter in here since my skillet is still warm, because if you ever cook with a cast iron skillet, if it's not seasoned, then sometimes it can brown at the bottom, and I want my breakfast pizza to come out, so I'm just going to put a tad bit of butter. It didn't have really any grease in there. I just use a tad bit of butter because I just want to make sure it's going to come out and we're not going to have half of a meal. Alright, so once again, you just want to make sure the whole bottom pan is covered with your meat and bell pepper mixture. You don't want any piled up meat or anything in one area. Just make sure you flatten it out. Like so. In this bowl we have our heavy whipping cream, our eggs, and cheese, salt, pepper, and garlic. And all we're going to do is just pour it on top. Now if you did what I did and you see that my cheese actually poured all in the middle right there, all you have to do is just shift it around a little bit and the cheese will distribute out the pan. So just shift it around like this. See? That worked. You're going to put the lid on here. You're going to put it in the oven. You're going to set your timer for 10 to 12 minutes, depending on how you want your eggs to be cooked. If you want them really hard, you leave them in there for 15. If you're like me, I like a medium. I still want them fluffy, but medium, soft texture. I'm going to leave them there for 10 minutes. I'm going to start checking on it at around 6 or 7 minutes. And then after that, we're going to take it out, let it rest, and cut into our crustless breakfast pizza. But you want to put this in the oven with the lid on there and let it cook. And when we come back, I'm going to show you how ooey gooey this is. And you want to leave just a 1/4 cup of cheese so you can sprinkle it on top when it comes out. I'll show you that too as well. So stay with me and watch when we come back. Alright guys, so our crustless breakfast pizza is complete in our cast iron skillet, because you know I'll show you how to cook everything and anything. So I'm about to show you what it looks like, but I already cut a piece and decorated my little plate to show you what yours should look like. So this is after 10 minutes, and then I cut it off, and then I added my spinach on top. So I did forget to tell you, I just cooked the spinach with the same salt and pepper and garlic powder, and you put a tablespoon of butter, and you know how spinach wilts down. And then I put it on top after the egg is literally done. I cut off the oven. And then I add that 1/4 cup of cheese I was telling you about saving. And then I just put it on top and let the cheese bubble. And this is what it looks like. Now you can always cook it while you're cooking your vegetables and your meat and then mix it in, but I totally forgot, and I was not about to forget to add my spinach on here because that's more protein, that's more fiber, that's more everything for our meal, and you want to make it like a dinner. So I just have an avocado, strip of bacon, and voila, our meal. And don't that look great? So when you get done, this is what it actually looks like, and this is still hot, and that's why I have this little towel on there. But when you get done, this is what it should look like. And like I said, I just added the spinach with the cheese on top, and it smells delicious. I wish you could smell what is cooking in my kitchen. But if you are following this recipe and you do everything that I have told you to do, yours is going to come out just like this. And this is the reason why you want to add just a little bit of butter if you didn't have enough grease, because you see how I got like a little crumbs left, but it actually came out the pan. I just have a little bit of extra goodness left in the pan. But this is how it looks when you get done. Delicious. And this is keto friendly, carb friendly, healthy friendly. You can add, substitute, or take away the meat if you want to. You can add different types of meat and everything else. But I'm about to show you a close up, real live bite of this. And you can even cook it a little harder than this, but this is exactly where I want it to be. Yeah, this is the bun. So, until next time, I want you to like, subscribe, comment down below, tell me if you made it, what you did to make it better than mine, or if you add a whole eggs or whatever you did. This is low carb because you know I'm on a low carb situation. It's keto friendly, it's healthy. If you're not allergic to egg, cheese, and spinach and meat, how about you just make this for the week? Until next time, make sure you turn your notifications because every Sunday your girl's uploading a good ooey gooey meal for you.